It's all too common to deny ourselves the permission to sing and pursue our passion for music and to allow ourselves our deepest desires. I also know the pain of holding it in and not being sure how to set it free, how to get it out. I know the struggle of sitting back and waiting for permission or for someone to tell you it's your turn. And I know how easily that suppression can sit in the shadows, unrealized, almost forgotten. But we know, although it may seem forgotten, it comes back. It won't let you forget. So today I want to help you take that pivotal step to honor your desire to sing by first and foremost giving you permission. You and I both know you don't need it. And if we're being honest, it's something only you can give yourself.
Welcome to Reawaken Your Voice. I'm Lainey Prendeville Crawford, holistic voice coach, singer, song weaver. I believe the song in your heart holds medicine for yourself and for the world. And yet too often, something happens along the way. We shut down our voice and our song goes unsung. Whether you stopped singing years ago or have always harbored an unrealized dream to start, if you're ready to finally give voice to those unsung songs in your heart, then take my hand as I guide you to free yourself from the inner critic, reignite your creativity, find your courage, sing with confidence, and reawaken those dormant parts of yourself aching for a revival. So dust off your songbooks, tune up your guitar, bust out your singing bowls, your shakers, your drum. Actually, all you really need is your voice, your breath, open ears, and an open heart. Let's play.
Hey friend, before we get started today, I just want to take a moment to ask a favor of you. Would you please leave a written review for the show if you haven't already? I would be so grateful to hear from you. It would be so nice to hear in your words what this show is doing for you in your vocal journey and how it's moving you and making a difference in your life. So go ahead and scroll down in Apple Podcasts, click write a review, and share some words with me. It would be just such a blessing to read those. And also, it helps other people to find the show as well. So let's spread the love. Thank you so much. Now let's get into today's episode. So many women I've spoken with or worked with throughout the years have expressed some form of the following. They've said things like, I realize how much I've denied myself the permission to follow my passion, which is making music and singing. They say, I realize I've suppressed my voice and my desire to sing for most of my life, and I really want to open it up again. Or, how about this one? It's a desire that I've pushed aside for most of my life, but it always returns, and I'm realizing I won't feel whole until I create and answer the call. Do any of these resonate with you? I know I've felt this way at some point along my journey. But the truth is, we are born singing. The moment that you emerge into this world. Your voice cries out with this breath of life. So what made you stop? Why did you stop singing? Can you pinpoint when it happened? Was there a specific event or a moment in life? Or was it something someone said? Or did it just drift away as life became entangled with all these daily tasks, some of them mundane, some of them necessities, and some of them, the big, beautiful moments of life? There are many reasons why people shut down their voice. Singing can make us feel really vulnerable. And maybe we've been told at some point in our lives to stop singing. Or maybe you grew up in an environment where it wasn't natural or encouraged to break out in song. I know it always brings me joy when I'm out in the world and I hear someone just singing joyfully out there in the world. It's not something we hear every day. Why not? It's such a natural human instinct to sing. Maybe you gave up on singing because you couldn't reach a certain note, and there was some kind of shame attached to that. Or you got the message as a child that it was safer or more comfortable or more desirable to others to stay quiet. Or it was easier to hide in the shadows rather than step out into the spotlight. Maybe you were comparing yourself to someone else, someone who was out there singing, and you saw that and you said, that's not for me. It's for other people who are more talented. But I could never do that. Was it something that someone said about your voice that stuck with you? Sadly, I've heard so many times that it was a teacher. That breaks my heart. Maybe it was an abusive relationship, or even a well-meaning loved one who just unintentionally said something hurtful, but you never forgot it. Maybe you were told as a child, you talk too much, be quiet. Or maybe your gift was clear. It was obvious that you had a talent for singing. So you would have this show ponying that would happen where you were expected to entertain, and it made you feel uncomfortable. So you pretended you couldn't sing, and then you started believing it yourself. Maybe it was just easier to say, I can't sing, so you wouldn't have to put yourself out there in that way. These are all experiences that I've heard from people, many of them over and over again. So what was it for you? By sharing these stories, I hope it gives you some comfort in knowing that you're not alone. It's all too common to deny ourselves the permission to sing and pursue our passion for music and to allow ourselves our deepest desires. I also know the pain of holding it in and not being sure how to set it free, how to get it out. I know the struggle of sitting back and waiting for permission or for someone to tell you it's your turn. And I know how easily that suppression can sit in the shadows, unrealized, almost forgotten. But we know, although it may seem forgotten, it comes back. It won't let you forget. So today I want to help you take that pivotal step to honor your desire to sing by first and foremost giving you permission. You and I both know you don't need it. And if we're being honest, it's something only you can give yourself. But humans that we are, sometimes it can be a sigh of relief and of confirmation when someone who has done the thing tells us it's okay to do the thing. So, as someone who has performed at home and abroad, across the world in different capacities, on stages big and small, as someone who has made a life of making music, who has studied voice and written numerous songs and sang for all kinds of audiences, as someone who has taught and coached for nearly 2 decades, and as someone who has also hidden in the shadows and held it all in and experienced the fear of singing in front of people and the pain of not allowing myself that desire to sing. I give you permission. Permission granted. Permission to sing. This is a natural human desire, a natural human activity. It's not reserved for some elite club where you have to have permission from an authority figure or from society. It can feel that way. I know it holds a lot of people back. They think they have to be, what's the word? I'm like imagining being knighted. I deem you worthy of using the gift that God has given you. Okay, if you're anointed with that gift, God already said, yes, go forth and sing. And that's all you need. So, like I said, you know, I know, you don't need my permission. But being the humans that we are, it can help. And there's something about it that just, your shoulders kind of relax and you find that alignment within yourself of truth and of inner knowing that, of course, if I have this desire, it's meant to be explored. So it begins with you. You don't need someone to bestow the title on you in order to believe in yourself. And you also don't need some certification or even a degree. And that's coming from someone who does have all that stuff. You don't need a background or experience in it. Only the desire planted within your heart by God. He gave you your voice because He wants you to use it. There's this children's book that I read with my son called Who Sang the First Song? by Ellie Holcomb, who's a singer-songwriter and a children's book author. And one of my favorite lines in there is, "So I want you to sing with your life and your voice, for I created the earth to make a joyful noise." You were born with a song to sing, and it's yours to sing. God does not call the qualified. He qualifies the called. So the gift is yours to unwrap and develop and nurture and cultivate and grow to full blossom. So allow the natural process to unfold. The fruit and the growth will naturally come with the right environment, the right conditions and elements, the ingredients, the TLC. This is the natural growth process, which unfolds after the decision to nurture that desire. After giving yourself the permission to thrive, to live fully, to make the most out of what you've been given. So what are these elements needed to nurture and grow and for that blossom to thrive, that flower, that plant, whatever it is? Maybe yours is a tree. What does it need? Well, it needs light. Bring it out into the light. Bring that desire out into the light. Declare it. Write it. Vocalize it. I desire to sing. I want to sing. Shine a light on that. What else does it need? It needs water. So what do you thirst for? Water it. It needs nutrients, soil, the right environment. Where are you planted? Where are you rooted? It needs air, the oxygen, the breath of life. So breathe it in and sing into it. Sing it out. It needs space so that it's not crowded out by weeds. All those negative thoughts coming in telling you you can't, or this isn't for you, or you're not allowed, or it's too selfish, or you're too much, or you're not enough. All those lies are like the weeds that just crowd out the ability for this flower to grow and thrive. So with all of these elements present, you simply need the activation to activate this blossoming, budding, whatever stage it is, this seed cracking open, to really make it grow the way it was naturally created to do so. So how can you activate this desire? Write it out. There is something so powerful in writing out your desires, your goals, your dreams, putting words to it. And when you're ready, you speak it. You use the power of your voice to say it out loud. That can be to yourself at first, but then as you become comfortable, there's a certain activation that occurs when you share it with someone, when you speak it out into the world and share that desire. And that can take many forms. That can be done in so many ways. It's wherever you are and whatever feels right to you. But as you move through these stages or phases of activation, writing it out, speaking it forth with your voice, then comes the act of activating, as in action. Take one small action, and you'll know what it is. You'll know what that action is. But something that declares that you give yourself permission to move forward in whatever way you're being called to. And of course, a really fun way to activate this is by singing it. Sing it. Use your voice. Open your mouth and sing. And then look, you're already doing it. So this whole process of giving yourself the permission to sing, what it really is reclaiming your voice from the inner critic. You're saying you're done denying yourself your desire to sing, and you're ready to move into actively nurturing your desire to sing. So how will you choose to nurture that desire today? It can be as simple as singing while you cook your dinner, or humming as you move through your day, or setting aside 10 minutes to just sing through that song you love. Whatever it may be, I hope that you will give yourself that gift, because that seed was planted long ago and it's ready when you are to crack open, rise, break through that surface, reach towards the light, and open up into full bloom. You know, I love a nature metaphor.
Hey friend, thank you so much for listening. If this episode unlocked something in you or moved you in some way, I'd be so grateful if you'd leave me a review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you're streaming this, and share this episode with a friend who's been praying for a vocal breakthrough. Until we meet again, keep nurturing that song in your heart. Lots of love.